We are 1 week out from the Copenhagen Marathon 2024, and in 7 days' time, I'm going to test the prior months of training and preparation. My race nerves actually kicked in a few weeks ago, which I think is a bit early, but at the moment I'm feeling them a bit extra. So tomorrow the plan is to head out and do a 21-kilometer long run, which will be the last big training session before race day. This long run is significantly shorter than the long runs I've done in the past weeks, so I can keep my legs fresh and ready to perform in a week. Besides that, I also wanted to tell you that earlier on this week I catched some kind of sickness and I was completely wrecked, which didn't help with the amount of nervousness that I had in the body. But I think I made some great decisions about staying home, not doing any training or school or anything, and just trying to get a lot of healthy food in the system and relaxing as much as I could possibly do. And today I was just out testing my body in a 30-minute run, and I had more energy after the run than I did before, which I think is a great sign. So I will still stick to the plan and do the 21-kilometer long run tomorrow and cross my fingers that it's a good idea. On the days of my long runs, I always try to emulate what I will be eating and when I will be eating it as close as possibly to what I will be doing on race day, to really dial in my nutrition strategy and know that it works for my body, especially when we're this close to race day. So as per usual, I'm up 3 hours before to eat my breakfast, and I will of course be having my oatmeal with a sliced banana on top, because I know that just works perfectly well for my body. Another way that I'm simulating race day is that I'm having some energy drink about 1 hour before I start the long run, as a vehicle of getting about 30 grams of carbohydrates in the system to really get ready for the long run. Another thing that I've been looking forward to this run is that I'm finally going to use the Alphaflys again, because I don't really use them that often because of the price and that there isn't that much mileage in the shoes. But I will use them here a week before the race to get comfortable with the feeling of the shoe again. The specific details of the run today is that we are going to start with a 4-kilometer warm-up, and then we are going to do 3 times 3 kilometers in race pace, which is 3 minutes and 55 seconds per kilometer. And between each of those intervals, we're going to jog for 1 kilometer as a rest. And then afterwards, we're going to do 3 times 3 minutes at a pace a bit faster than race pace. And I think it's going to be around 3 minutes and 40 seconds to 3 minutes and 30 seconds per kilometer. And between each of the intervals, we're going to have a 3-minute jog rest in between. And the total mileage for today is going to be around 22 kilometers. During my long runs the past couple of weeks, I've also been using one of these caffeinated hydrogels from Morten every single time, because I'm planning to take one in the middle of the marathon, so I'm just making sure that my body can handle that type of gel. And the only reason that I'm not using them all year round in training is that they are just very expensive. So I just use them leading up to a specific race where I'm going to be using it during the actual race. Besides that, I'm just carrying my usual high five gels, which I will also be using during the marathon, and the gels that I'm using in every single long run that I do throughout the year. They sit quite well in my stomach and they are so much more cheaper. The only thing is that I had experimented with taking one every 15 minutes, but I found that that was a bit too much for my stomach, which I also talked about in my video from last week. So therefore I have dialed the amount of gels back just a little bit. So now I'm taking a gel every 20 minutes instead. I've just finished my warm-up, which means that I will just take one gel right before I head out the door, together with my electrolytes and caffeine tablets, and then I will just head out and hopefully have a great run. Another nice thing is that I'm doing the run again with Mikkel, so that is very enjoyable, but that also means that I have to get going now, so I don't leave him hanging. So I will just see you in a couple of hours. I just came back from the run with Mikkel and we did 22 kilometers in 1 hour and 34 minutes at a pace of 4 minutes and 18 seconds per kilometer. As most of you know, I really find my post-run snack very important after these long runs. And here a week from the marathon, it would be a crime not to have my own recovery bars that I really enjoy, together with a bit of chocolate milk that I've got some newfound love for. I've just completed my stretching and self-massage, which means that it is now time to get some lunch. And as usual, I will be having my rugbrødsmadder that I always used to eat for lunch because I really enjoy it. Besides that, I just wanted to talk a little bit about how I felt about the run today. And first of all, I can say that the shoes were incredible, so that is quite nice. But I didn't expect anything else after I was in them last time. The second thing is that my stomach reacted very well to the amount of gels that I took. So I will definitely take a gel every 20 minutes for the marathon in a week. I do have to say that my muscles were extremely sore during the run today, but that was to be expected after having the illness that I had earlier the week. So I'm not surprised at one bit about that. But it did make the run quite challenging, which meant that I had to put in quite a hard effort to get through the runs and hit the splits today. But another very positive thing about today's training was that I found myself having a extremely positive mindset and self-talk during the hard times of the training. So that is also a thing that I am very satisfied about. And I think it was a great experience having that kind of mindset 1 week out from the race. And even though I felt that the run was quite challenging today, I am extremely glad about how my body is responding at the moment, because I still feel quite energized, which I think is a great sign that my body is about to get back to its 100% after the illness that I catched earlier the week. So overall, a very good experience today and a great way to head into race week with some newly found confidence. And the next 6 days is just about keeping the body active and accumulating as much energy as possible for next Sunday. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. And besides that, the only thing that I had left to do is just that I want to wish you a great rest of the day. See you next week on Sunday at the Copenhagen Marathon. Take care.